Hey everyone, welcome back, and today we're going to go visit the Sturgeon sawmill here in Sebastopol, California. It's a sawmill that started in 1914 and it's steam powered, and it should be really cool. They call it a living museum, so let's go check it out and see what we can discover.
Looking at the steam donkey, it's one of the few Willamette steam donkeys running in California, or the West for that matter. Before these came along, you had to hook a log up to oxen to drag it up.
Here we are. This thing is called a donkey, and this replaced horses. This became the labor. It's like they're warming it up to get ready to fire it up and demonstrate it. Ashes falling on the ground here. Wow, this thing is going.
So whistle for me?
Whistle tester.
Right now. Come on over.
Gonna be a whistle tester.
Right here. Give it a whistle. It'll be come back by a little later. It'll be a lot stronger. Okay. All right. You bet.
Wow, this thing's cool. Very cool.
How you doing?
Good. So living in... Huh? Yeah. Oh, wow. Whew. That's hot.
Yeah.
This thing's a living and breathing organism, huh?
And that's the thing that's kind of neat about the steam power, it breathes.
Yeah. I've been a train buff for most of my life, so. Wow. So this did all the manual labor.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's getting a little better.
Very cool.
Kind of cold-blooded this morning.
Is it?
Yeah, it has taken a long time.
Does that have to do with the humidity in the air or anything? Or?
I don't know. It just had to burn it for quite a while before it started picking up any steam.
This is the water level up there, and then the steam pressure?
That's the water level. And so pretty soon I'm going to need to inject some water into it. And
what's the optimum pressure for it?
Well, I'd like to have it up around 40 to 50.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day when they used this, it was 225.
Whoa.
And, 40 or 50 is a lot of pressure. So.
225 is a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't want that to blow up.
But it's 3/4 inch steel.
Oh, wow.
So
that's pretty thick.
This thing weighs probably 60,000 pounds.
Oh, man.
Let's see.
So I was asking the other guy, the name donkey, is that because they replaced the donkeys, or?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just a catchy name.
Right. Is that what they were being called though ever since?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let that build up.
I'll let him get some pressure going.
The ground by its own cable. Then I redirect its cable, the donkey turns, and it pulls itself. As long as I've got steam going to it, it's going to move. Anything in its way is going to be moved. It could be logs, stumps, you name it. This thing is so powerful that it's going to rip a stump out of the ground when it moves. So it's working its way up there. Now it's up on the hill. It's tethered on all four corners so it can't turn. Right? Its cable is played out through a block. And the block is bigger than that and that. If you shoot an eyeball over there against the wall, you can see one sitting there. That block is 2,600 pounds. On this side, he's got a handsaw, and an axe dangling below it. He ropes off the tree, starts to climb. Every branch he hits, he cuts it off and drops it to the ground. Now he is up maybe 150 feet in the air, and he's hanging on to this tree, and the dimension of the tree then is like this. Take the top of the tree off, push it off, you created a spar pole. The steam donkey is sitting up on the hill, tethered. Its cable is being played out to a spar pole that this young man's climbed, and that rope around his belt is connected to a small block with a bigger rope. So that's pulled up, and he tied off to the top of the tree. His ground crew pulls the rope and pulls a bigger block and a bigger rope. Eventually, what he's looking for is that cable to be pulled 150 feet up in the air, and it's done with that capstan that you see on the side there. The cable is then played up through the block that's hanging up there at the top of the tree, down to the canyon where the tree has been bucked into lengths. So now the end of the cable is connected to one log. That one log, 30 feet long, that dimension is then made off fast, and as cable is retracted, the end of the log comes up, and on a 45-degree angle, it's being pulled in the direction of the block. No matter where it is, it's being pulled. Okay, it's being kept clean because it's heel drag across the ground. It's not flat drag, so it's not picking up debris from the ground that's going to end up at the blade. It gets it as far as it can, sets that log down, and another steam donkey that followed this one in, its cable is laid out, grabs that log, lifts it up again, and it's working it out to a road, the closest road. All right. So now you've got a log 30 foot long, could be 7 or 8 feet in diameter, 30 feet long, and it's being set by the side of the road to create a log deck. That's logs stacked one on top of the other and the rest. A steam donkey, just like this one, only half the size, is made off on the side of the road. It's placed on the side of the road and tethered on all four corners so it can't turn. Its cable is going out to a rolling block up on a tree, across the road, and made fast to that tree. Slack the cable, bring it down, take the block, snatch block, set it on the cable, get the hook, grab the top log on the log deck, start retracting cable. So when that small steam donkey starts pulling, the top log on the stack comes up off the ground, and now it's out over the road. A truck is driven underneath it, like this truck you see here, driven underneath it, then start slacking cable and bring the log down on the bed of the truck. What could possibly go wrong with this?
What was the rate?
Yeah, and so you're looking at a lot of work, maybe 7 crews to get that log out of the woods, to get it to the mill to harvest. Okay? So that's how lumber was extracted from the woods. That's the process that it went through. It would take days to do. You can imagine this thing coming through the woods. And that's the road, the skid road was created by those skids, which would allow a bulldozer currently to find the skid road, drive the bulldozer in, follow the skid road, right up, and here's all these stumps sticking out of the ground, redwood stumps. There's money, because now the bulldozer can turn around, drop the rippers, roll that stump out of the ground, chain it off, drag it out, get the big saws, slab out the root system of the redwood, sell it for what, $1,500 a slab? So you don't find stumps, redwood stumps in the woods anymore. They're gone. That's money. That's burl, but that's not really burl. It's just the root system.